another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise.
Good morning. I'm Deveaux Gardner, your host, and I want to welcome you to Bahamas at Sunrise. It is Monday, July 15th, 2024, and I'm so happy that you're with us this morning. I want to be the first one to wish you a happy Monday and a happy new week. I know that it's probably hard for us to get into the swing of things this week. There's no holiday to look forward to. I was reminded of that yesterday, but I hope that you're still in the independence spirit all month long and all year long. And speaking of the independence spirit, we want to shout out our very own Timothy Bailey, who during the recent independence celebrations was named as one to receive the Distinguished Service Award, which we know is very well deserved. And speaking of other exciting news, I'm an auntie, y'all. I'm very excited. My only brother, he had his first son over the weekend in New York. And I'll tell you more about that later, but I am so excited. My parents are so excited to have their first grandson. So we want to say a special welcome to the world to my new nephew, Axel Dean Burrows. We've got a great show in store for you today. We're continuing to celebrate the 51st anniversary of our independence by looking at flashbacks featuring an array of prominent Bahamians. Dennis Deveaux is here to provide us with an update as it relates to Doctors Hospital Health System, and we'll be talking to Tonique Williams during our Road to Paris series. But before all that, we're going to check on weather with Godfrey Burnside.
This is Weather at Sunrise.
Auntie Deveaux. Good morning, Bahamas. In your first look at weather at sunrise, we have some weak tropping across the northwest Bahamas, Grand Bahama, Abaco, Bimini, and then we have the northern axis of a tropical wave that's moving in the air of the southeastern islands, Maguana, Ragged Island this time. And so because the combination of both of those, we can have some mix of sun and clouds during the day with some showers and thunderstorm, mainly during the afternoon hours. So today, a mix of sun and clouds, a bit breezy, particularly with the southeastern islands, hot, still humid, with a chance of a few showers like a thunderstorm mainly during the afternoon hours. Your high temperature 91, heat index 103. Tonight, looking at a couple of clouds around, so on the warm side, but you can expect 1 or 2 showers popping up nighttime, even a thunderstorm, your low going down to 78 degrees Fahrenheit. And there's some regional highs and lows across the Caribbean. Barbados 91 and 80. In Jamaica 92 and 78. In Trinidad 1977, and the Turks and Caicos Islands 91 and 78. Across North America, Atlanta 96 and 74, in Boston 93 and 73, in Miami 91 and 79, Dallas, Texas 98 and 81, and Toronto, Canada 81 and 70. As you go the week, still have that weak troughing across the islands. The northern axis moves through the southeast into the northwest Bahamas by midweek, so therefore that's continuing mix of sun and clouds, hot and humid, still a bit breezy in the southeastern islands. And yes, those showers and thunderstorms popping up mainly during the afternoon hours. High temperature in the lower 90s, at nighttime in the lower 80s. That puts a wrap on your first look at the weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Gabrielle.
Thanks, Godfrey. In 2006, Bahamas at Sunrise had the opportunity to sit down with the newly appointed Governor General, the Honorable Arthur Dion Hanna. Here's that flashback now.
We're so pleased to be in Government House this morning, and of course we are here with His Excellency, the Honorable Arthur Hanna, and this is his first interview since being Governor General. So, Excellency, good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning.
Let's go back 33 years. Of course, you would have been a part of what was going on, very much involved. What are some of your fondest memories from that first independence?
At the first independence?
At the first independence.
Well, at the first independence, fondest memory is the lowering of the British flag and the hiring of war flag. That is my fondest remembrance at the time of independence. Of course, we did many other things, but I think that is the fondest remembrance, and I suppose the one that can only happen in this generation, only one generation.
Once in a lifetime, so to speak,
Yes.
the country is going to become independent. I'm sure there was a lot of work going on behind the scenes to achieve that day. Was there ever a point where you may have doubted that it would ever come?
No, we never doubted it. That is the thing that we wish for, this thing we strive for, and it didn't come immediately, you know. In fact, it took a lot of work, a lot of hard work, and indeed, I think it was when, we had the British before the Committee of 24, that is the Colonization Committee in the United Nations. And at that time, the British undertook not to stand in the way of Bahamas independence. We had the support of almost everyone, I believe everyone, at that committee meeting, including the United States. And of course, from then, the British carried out their promise. And that was in 1966. And of course, from there on, they surrendered as much power as possible. I think everything except perhaps defense, internal security, and to some extent, I think, the police, which included internal security.
Now, are we celebrating independence enough in your view? Have we come to an appreciation of our own, so to speak?
On the day which independence is celebrated, I think most independence celebrations have been worthwhile. But I imagine there's a lot of things we have to do, and I suppose it takes time. And we in this generation, I imagine, have much challenges before us. One is the education of our people as to our history, so they can better prepare themselves for the future.
Now, obviously, education is going to be a huge challenge. There's been a lot of talk about the conversion of abolishing the post of the Governor General, the Bahamas becoming a republic. How do you weigh in on that?
Well, we agreed with the monarchy. Some people keep telling me that I disagreed. I never disagreed with the monarchy. I don't back off from what we agreed with. You know, some of our fellows sometimes they say they wasn't there. I was there with every single thing that happened in those days. And I agree, we agreed with the monarchy. Now, the British, of course, advised us against it, you know. The British minister who came advised us against it. They thought it might stand in the way of our move towards true, real independence. But we agreed. We had peculiar circumstances, and we had to deal with that. I know history will recall that we had problem. There was looming on the horizon some of our citizens who had engaged or are about to engage mercenaries to defend their right to remain British. Well, we had to deal with that. And I think the Prime Minister was very wise, and our members at the time, we agreed that if we retain the monarchy, that maybe that will help. And we did. We retained the monarchy. Now, we didn't agree to retain everything that goes with the monarchy. For instance, the honors, for instance. It didn't go with the monarchy really, but we didn't. But the British says you can have them if you want it.
Yeah.
Now, I think there was a divergence of view among us as to whether or not it would stand in the way of perhaps our own honors that we may wish to issue.
So should we at this time be considering becoming a republic?
From my view,
From your view?
yes, I think we should.
What are some of the merits you see to us becoming the republic, the Commonwealth of the
Well,
Bahamas?
it's not anything of merit. It's not something to do with merits. It's whether we are being realistic. You know, this generation, they know nothing of why we retain the monarchy. They do not know what the monarchy means. You see? And I suppose it's up to them as whether or not they want to retain it. It doesn't make too much difference to me now. You know? It doesn't make any difference to me now. We agreed with it, we retained it.
Right.
But if we're ready now to get rid of it, I'm 100% behind you.
You support that move.
That's what it is.
Well, Excellency, thank you so much for sitting down and talking with us and allowing us to be here with you on Government House on this very special day.
Thank you.
We're going to take this little break right now and come back with more Bahamas at Sunrise on this Independence Holiday.
But what? The luncheon? Why you always worried about food? No, about how we gotta pay a little more for national insurance. Mildred, you talking fool. I can't afford to pay that. And you're always crying, palm out. Ain't gonna be much. Boss still gotta pay. 1st of July, 2024. Oh, I can't wait to get my little extra pension.
You ain't lie about that, you know. I think that's what did help my boy Tony
Oh, yeah?
during the pandemic. That same unemployment benefit. And guess what?
What?
Susan, I think she'd get a pregnancy benefit, eh?
You mean maternity benefit, eh? So now, we gotta do our part to make sure we get our pension. All right, well, let me try and go back to my busy boss.
Cruise around the Caribbean with Shell. Win $20,000 in travel, fuel, and utility vouchers. Complete your receipt as an entry form. Include your name, email address, and phone number. You can then submit online or WhatsApp 242-422-0271 or send a direct message to Sun Oil Limited on Facebook.com.
Thanks, Michelle.
Hey, congratulations on your new promotion.
Even I was surprised.
What are you going to do with that new windfall of yours?
You mean like investing in stocks and bonds?
Yes, you might want to consider investing in mutual funds. Monies are pooled to invest in financial assets that fit your investment profile. Start your journey to financial freedom.
How do you know all this? What's Leno?
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
Hi, I'm Ria Christina, and I'm super excited to be the new host of You and Your Money, a local international bank that has actually been closing some of their branches. It actually gives me an opportunity to share my views, my take on the financial matters. Even when we think about what's happening globally, we still have a lot of work to do in terms of having to educate business owners as to the importance, the economic impact, and how it is that we can look at improving the Bahamian economy. $1 billion. That's how much we spend every year importing food in this country. It also gives me an opportunity to have conversations, and that's meaningful conversations with thought leaders within our community, even having to see how it is that we can work together or even the opportunities that may exist for many Bahamians. So I'm excited to be here and looking forward to the great conversations that's to come.
The Your device is very affordable. It allows you to increase your internet connectivity. You are able to do away with the buffering, say goodbye to the dead spots. It gives them a much more stable connection. Their customers are able to view their digital menus. The establishment is able to stream. It allows for everyone, the customers and the business operators, to have a much more robust and stable internet connectivity.
Welcome back. With me now is Chief Financial Officer at Doctors Hospital Health System, Dennis Deveaux, and he's here to provide an update on Doctors Hospital's Capacity and Loyalty Advantage Member Program, or LAMP. Good morning and welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Good to be here.
Yes, so what is Doctors Hospital Health System Capacity, and why is that important for Bahamians to know?
So I think fundamentally Bahamians want to have a sense of confidence in the national healthcare infrastructure, and Doctors Hospital's role in that is to ensure that we present capacity, in particular in the inpatient accommodation side. In the event that something should happen to you, you want to know that there's a hospital bed that is available to provide facilitation of your care, and our capacity on the inpatient side exists traditionally principally in New Providence, in our main facility, Collins Avenue and Shirley Street. But we've extended that. As you're well aware, we're building a brand new hospital, 25 beds on the island of Grand Bahama to serve the northern Bahamas, and so that's an example of capacity. We're expected to complete also, as an extension of our capacity, a new hospital on the eastern part of the island at the old Red Roof Inn, 38 new beds, and so another example of inpatient capacity.
All right, so speaking of, how are plans for Grand Bahama and Harborside going?
So Harborside's more imminent. We expect to have a soft launch of the Harborside project in the early fall, and that facility will feature what we refer to as extended care. And so generally, if you've had an acute event that's required a traditional inpatient hospital admission, but you're not well enough to go home, but that acute care setting really is too much for you, and you don't require all of the interventions that a general hospital provides. A step down level of care is what it's often referred to, where there's skilled nursing, there is inpatient rehab. Traditionally, Bahamians go off island for this type of care into southern Florida. And we want to bring that type of care back to New Providence, where Bahamians can ultimately spend time with their loved ones as they stay in this type of hospital setting for generally a longer period of time, anywhere from 15 to 20 days and sometimes even longer.
Wow, and I think that is going to be monumental for the standard of care and the state of care in the Bahamas. So speak to LAMP. For somebody who's not familiar with the program and what the benefits are, just tell us a little bit about it.
Sure, so as you mentioned, LAMP is our Loyalty Advantage membership program. At the onset, it is not an insurance program. It is fundamentally a membership program. And we're very excited to be announcing our planned launch of LAMP Ultimate in New Providence. And what that essentially offers is access to your urgent care doctor, full access to all of the exploratory diagnostics, your imaging, your laboratory, should the doctor prescribe a prescription, access to that prescription for a very small usage fee. And we bundle all of that up into a suite of benefits that allows you fundamentally, should something happen, you really don't need to go to the emergency room. It's not life-threatening, but it's urgent, right? There's some back pain, there's some discomfort in the stomach, and you want to have it investigated and treated. urgent care presents that capacity, and we're bundling that in our Loyalty Advantage membership program.
I love that. Really it seems like Doctors Hospital is taking almost a boutique approach to healthcare.
Absolutely.
Why was this so important for you to kind of change the style or the experience that people are going to have?
That's spot on. People fundamentally, they know that Doctors Hospitals, the quality of care is baseline. And so what really then becomes important is the experience. And so, our centers generally do not have the look and feel of the inpatient hospital. They're generally a little smaller. We don't size them to handle significant volume. We want to encourage the physician to really take as much time as they need and to explore what is going on with the patient and to spend time with them. And so absolutely that is by design. We actually internally call them our micro access centers. And it's a place where you can receive care outside of the hustle and bustle of a busy emergency room and certainly a busy inpatient hospital.
Yeah, I can speak to it as someone who's experienced the urgent care center on Blake Road, and as somebody who lives out west, I had, you have that situation. I mentioned it during the break. I had food poisoning, and it was one of those situations where I knew I didn't need to go to the hospital, but I was really uncomfortable, and it was great to have that in-between option. And I think that a lot of people are going to be grateful for that in-between where you can see someone at after office hours, but you also don't have to go to the hospital because, like you said, there's emergent cases, so you might have to wait a little while if somebody's situation is a little more dire than yours. Are there any special promotions going on as it relates to LAMP right now?
Absolutely, and so right in that in-between space, and you defined it perfectly, that's the space for urgent care. My doctor's office may be closed. I don't need to go to the hospital, but something needs to happen right now.
Yep.
So in the fall, we are launching our LAMP Ultimate, as I mentioned. We expect that promotion will be priced at under $140 a month, and that's all in. It's not an insurance product, but it allows you to have this critical access, this in-between access, and we're featuring that at our Blake Road facility, which is where I believe you had an opportunity to go. And our new facility that's expected to open on Paradise Island on the main Casino Drive, also in the month of August. And so Paradise Island, Blake Road for urgent care, that in-between level of access, we're expecting to bring that to market for under $140 per month, all in. And we're really excited about that.
Now, is this a seasonal promotion, or is that the firm price for the foreseeable future?
So it's a new product. Certainly the price is not expected to increase. And we want to listen to our customers and get a sense on affordability, right? We know that access to care is hugely dependent on whether or not you could afford it. And so $140 or less, and it's likely to be slightly less than that, is where we're starting with this product, and that's per month. And it includes all of those wonderful benefits that I previously mentioned.
Is there anything else that you want our viewers to know about this morning?
So we just continue to thank the Bahamian public for their ongoing confidence in us. We're fundamentally here to serve, and so especially with urgent care, come and check us out if you have that need, that in-between need. We really want to encourage folks to come and try our service, and we're grateful for the response that we've had to Doctors Hospital so far.
Well, I just want to say congratulations to you and the entire Doctors Hospital health system on these monumental ways that you're shifting and changing the way that people experience healthcare and making it more affordable and accessible for all.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for joining us this morning.
It's been a pleasure.
And thank you for watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
How important collecting your money can be to the success of your business. Start your relationship with Fidelity today so that we can show you the many options available to you with our merchant services. From click and pay options online to merchant terminals and e-commerce options. We're here to help your business succeed. For more details, speak to one of our business development officers at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit our website at fidelitygroup.com or visit any of our branches.
Hey family, step into sophistication at Dash Designer Boutique, number 13 Parliament Street. There you find a wide array of colorful, elegant fashion for ladies. Shop brand name clothing and shoes such as McDougal, Bashley Mishka, Sam Elderman, Jeffrey Campbell, and Jessica Simpson. We've got you covered for the office, date night, red carpet events, and more. Also check out our stunning accessories. That's Dash Designer Boutique, number 13 Parliament Street. Open 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
Focal Holdings Limited is proud of its consistent growth and the financial success it continues to bring to many Bahamians who invest in the company. Focal is committed to ensuring optimal financial performance for its shareholders. Focal's leadership remains focused on superior customer service and operational excellence across all sectors. Focal, fueling growth for people.
Well, we got today's show off to a great start. If you're just joining us, we are knee-deep in Bahamas at sunrise. Joy, and speaking of joy, I think our producers have a photo of the most recent joy in my life, which is my new nephew, Axel. My brother and his wife just welcomed a new baby boy this Friday evening, and we are all over the moon. I know that he might be mad at me for showing you all this picture, but my dad showed it yesterday in church, so I figure I'm good to go. We have more great stuff coming up in the second half of the show. We're continuing our flashbacks as it relates to the celebration of our 51st anniversary of independence. And we'll also be talking with Olympic champion Tonique Williams in our Road to Paris series. But before all that, we're going to take a second look at weather with Godfrey Burnside.
This is Weather at Sunrise.
Thank you, Gabrielle. Good morning, Bahamas. And your second look at weather at sunrise, a trip around the tropics. The tropics this morning remains quiet and tropical cyclone formation expected during the next 7 days. That's a result of a blanket of Sahara dust stretching across the Atlantic and some wind shear across the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico. So it'll be quiet for the next several days. On the local scene, weak troughing across the northwest Bahamas, and that's going to trigger off pockets of some showers and thunderstorms mainly during the afternoon hours. The northern axis of a tropical wave moving to the southeastern islands, and that should move into central Bahamas sometime by late afternoon, and that'll cause some increased cloudiness across the islands with some showers and possible thunderstorms. In the marine forecast today, those winds east to southeast are 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet, or northwest Bahamas, easterly at 15 knots, sea 3 to 5 feet, or the central and southeastern islands. On Tuesday, those winds continue east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet, northwest Bahamas, easterly at 15 knots, sea 3 to 4 feet, or the central and southeastern islands. The same will happen on Wednesday. Your tides. You can expect low tide at 9:17 this morning. Next high tide will be 3:50 this afternoon. Low again tonight at 10:16. Sunset 8 p.m. this evening, rising when 6:30. UV index 9. Your water temperature 84 degrees Fahrenheit. And your moon phase first quarter. Your extended look, combination of that troughing across the extreme northwest Bahamas, the northern axis, but then the high pressure will build across the island, so some stable conditions coming by Tuesday for the most part. We look at a mix of sun and clouds, still hot, still humid, and you can expect a couple of showers, maybe a thunderstorm popping in the afternoon. So temperature daytime will be in the lower 90s, at nighttime in the lower 80s. That's what you're up. When you follow good weather at sunrise, I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Gabrielle.
Thanks, Godfrey. As we continue our Road to Paris series, I'm joined by Olympic champion, world indoor championships, bronze medalist, and so much more, Tonique Williams. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So we talked a little bit during the break just about the fact that it's been 20 years since your Olympic championship at the 2004 Olympics in Athens, where you won the gold for the 400 meters. How does that feel, pausing and just reflecting on such a momentous occasion?
It feels like yesterday, honestly. I actually didn't remember that it was 20 years. I was reminded by someone earlier this year, and it's been a long time, but I still remember it like it was yesterday. And so I'm really, really grateful this year. I'll be traveling to Paris. This will be my first Olympics since the gold. And so I think it's just a fitting time for me to reflect on that journey and what it means to the country. We've just had our independence and how momentous that is for the country. And for me as an individual, such a grateful time in my life. And so I'm happy to be experiencing Paris on my 20th anniversary.
That's truly just a full circle experience, you know, when you went in as an athlete and now you're coming back as a mentor, but also a national icon, you know, a source of inspiration, I'm sure, for so many young people. When you think back on that moment, in as much as you can, right? I realize it's been 20 years, so it might be a little foggy, but take us back to, you know, you're lining up on the starting line. What's going through your mind?
So many things. Leading into Paris, I had the experience of being on top of the world in my event. And when you go into a race where you're one of the favorites, and then you are from a country as small as the Bahamas, where we don't have the opportunity to be on top of the world all the time. We have these unique experiences. And so you go in knowing that you're favorite, you go in knowing what this means to your country, and so you're thinking about all of those things, but you're also trying to manage the process. One of the things you want to do as an athlete is always stay true to what got you there and how you want to perform, and not let the outside in so much. That's a very difficult thing to do when you have those pressures on your back. And so it was definitely an experience where I had to really just become a little bit more internal and really try to balance the process, not get overexcited, not allow people to get me too excited. But it taught me a lot. And so, you know, I look back at that, and it was really an experience where it's very difficult to balance, but it was just my time, and I was able to do so and come out with a goal.
How do these, you know, memories and also lessons from your personal experience, your previous experience, how do they factor into the advice that you're giving to the young people who are participating in the upcoming Paris Olympics?
Yeah, so like I just said, you know, one of the things that experience taught me was, you know, you have to go in there and you have to really, really focus in, really dig deep, and stay true to yourself, stay true to your race, stay true to your preparation. And so one of the things I want to tell all the athletes that are going into Paris, especially the ones that have the opportunity to medal, is not to become overexcited. Don't allow other persons to get into your psyche. You know, stay true to your process, your preparation, what got you to this point, and get on the line, run your race, or in the field events, and do your very best, and then let the world celebrate you.
I love that. When you are, you know, obviously you were a trailblazer in your own right, and now it's paved the way for a lot more Bahamian athletes. We didn't see the level of performance really from the Bahamas 20, 30 years ago that we do now, which is great. We're seeing it evolve. What do you see for the future of track and field in the Bahamas?
Well, I think the future of track and field remains great, right? We have great coaches. We have the facilities. We have the of course, we have a beautiful country, great weather, right? We have everything that we need. I think what is missing and what has always been missing is that we need to create the foundation, more administration, to better recruit and to really support the athletes more than the athletes have been supported. I would say since I was an athlete, I have not seen that infrastructure change at all. And so we've been able to accomplish very great things, but we've done that without the support, the foundation that we really need. And so I would like to see that change.
Are you working on any sports-related projects of your own?
I am. And we'll hear about that a little bit later on in the year. I hope you'll have me back so that I can speak more about it. But it's related to what I was just speaking about, right? Recruitment, really being able to lay the foundation and support our athletes and give them the kind of administrative support they need. Another thing that's really big in sports now is that you have technology, right? And so I don't see that happening here in the Bahamas at all as yet. And so that's another thing that we need to pay attention to. And so I hope after these games and the success our athletes will have, that we would have more interest, more financing, and more persons like myself coming together, wanting to give back so that this legacy continues.
Of course, we're rooting for Team Bahamas. We want all of our athletes to do well at this upcoming Paris Olympics. But just on a personal level, going back, this is your first time back to the Olympics in 20 years. The last time you went as a champion, now you are just kind of in the role of a coach. What do you expect to feel?
I'm really excited. I'm not going as a coach. I'm going more as a tourist. Okay. And that's something that as athletes we never really did, right? We went to all these fantastic cities and you never really got to experience a city. So that's the first thing. I'm going as a tourist. I just want to feel what every other person feels when they visit an Olympic city and have the experience of going to other sports. I don't want to just go to track and field. Hopefully I'll get in some basketball, some gymnastics. I'm meeting up with friends. I hope to connect with some of my former colleagues and coaches and mentors and management team. And also I'm looking forward to being in this capacity I am as a spectator and just enjoy the Bahamian athletes' performances. Just be there with my Bahamian flag. Always available and accessible if they want to have a chat. But again, I believe that it's important that they stay in their zone. And so that's the experience that I'm going to Paris to have because, you know, full circle for me, I've transitioned from an athlete. And so for me, I want to take this experience in a different way.
I love it. If anyone deserves the full circle experience and the spectator experience, which you don't realize, I don't want to say you were robbed of, but you were so busy in the zone that you didn't get to have that experience. So if anyone deserves to go back and have that experience, it's you. I think you've earned your seat at the Olympics. I hope that you have a fabulous time and I guess enjoy Paris and enjoy just cheering on our athletes the way that the entire Bahamas was cheering you on 20 years ago.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
I thought retirement would have slowed you down.
It's the island life, son. Living in paradise.
Must be nice. Can't wait until it's my turn, if that day ever comes.
My financial planner has provided me with solutions for my future. Pension, retirement, and even property management.
So who helped you with all this?
Let's go, son. 2 more miles.
What's Leno?
One thing, two things. Blue thing, all things. Things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies, If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Foxhill Nursery.
African Things is your one-stop shop for everything African. Make a bold fashion statement with vibrant colors and intricate patterns inspired by the beauty of Africa. Find trendy contemporary looks for every occasion and enjoy custom tailoring. Shop jewelry, purses, art, cosmetics, and much more. African Things is located in the Dugard Plaza, Palmdale, next to McDonald's. Open Tuesday to Saturday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Come get your African Things.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Alive Business SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Alive Business at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Welcome back. In 2008, during the country's 35th independence celebration, Bahamas at Sunrise sat down with One Bahamas to discuss the nation's milestones and more. Let's take a look now.
As you are all aware, the country is celebrating its 35th anniversary of independence. Joining us to tell us all about the events that are planned to commemorate this milestone, we welcome from One Bahamas, Sir Orville Turnquest, Sir Derwood Knowles, and the Minister of State for Culture, the Honorable Charles Maynard. Gentlemen, welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you. Good morning.
First of all, I want to say what a pleasure it is to have all three of you in one spot. Makes me feel good. How important, Sir Derwood, then, is One Bahamas to you? What does that mean to you?
One Bahamas means everything to me. And I'm only happy to see that One Bahamas is including in Independence Day. You know, we've never been included before, and this is the first time that they asked One Bahamas to be included. And I just wondered, are we any better off today in the racial situation than we were 35 years ago?
What do you think?
I think we are.
You think we are?
Yeah. If I didn't think so, I wouldn't be here this morning. But it is great to be here and to be associated with this celebration.
Well, so Orville, you've seen a lot of changes over the years. As a matter of fact, you've been a part of a lot of the changes that have happened. How would you assess the state of our Bahamas today, and how do you feel about the One Bahamas celebrations joining the independence celebration?
I would like to concur with Sir Derwood in saying, first of all, that what we regard as the One Bahamas movement certainly has come alive and is more a part overall today than it ever has been. Sir Derwood says that it means everything to him, and I would like to endorse that. He is the heartthrob behind this movement, and he keeps all of us focused, and it's delightful to see how throughout the islands, as we travel around, how much they admire Sir Derwood and what he has been doing, and how much the One Bahamas theme, the One Bahamas movement really has caught on.
So Derwood, with all these events going on, what is it that you wish for our country moving forward?
Well, the country is moving forward anyway. Unfortunately, right now it's in a little downward. But my main concern is, are we getting together more than we were before? Have the blacks forgiven us what we've done? Are we forgiven the blacks what we've done? And the only way that the country could go ahead is we have more togetherness in One Bahamas. And I'm only looking forward, before I pass this way, that I see a great improvement in the white and black situation.
Is that possible, Sorva?
Oh, very definitely. Let me say, first of all, that this great Bahamian sitting beside Mr. Derwood Knowles, who is now
that he is.
just past 90, he is an example for every single one of us to follow, as he has just said. And as I would like to reiterate, this year as we celebrate 35 years. And let me congratulate you for bringing this program here in Rawson Square to begin our national independence celebrations. But as we think about 35 years of independence, our minds go back to what it was before we were independent, what our independence means, what our flag means, and the colors that it comprises, the black, the white, the yellow. And that is the theme and of the essence of One Bahamas, the fact that we are of different hues in our country, we are of different backgrounds, but over the years we have striven and we are still striving to come together as one people, as one unified people, as one Bahamas. And I see it improving every single day. We have the struggles, of course, of any nation, but as a people, we are coming together, we are thinking of ourselves as a united people.
Can't beat that.
And that's what it's all about.
Well, so Orville, so Derwood, Minister, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We look forward to the celebrations of One Bahamas leading into Independence Day after 35 years. Hopefully this will be the biggest and the best. And you heard from Sir Derwood and Sir Orville and the Minister. Doesn't matter if you black, white, PLP, F&M, we're coming together as One Bahamas. One Bahamas. There can only
Since 1974, the National Insurance Board has been an income replacement safety net.
But to ensure our future remains secure, starting July 1st, 2024, contribution rates will increase and will continue to be shared by employers and employees.
We will be sharing more information in the upcoming months, but for now, get more details on nibrateincrease.com.
Invest in tomorrow today with NIB.
Because together, we can ensure our financial future.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Cruise around the Caribbean with Shell. Win $20,000 in travel, fuel, and utility vouchers. Complete your receipt form. Name, email address, and phone number. You can then submit online or WhatsApp 242-422-0271 or send a direct message to Sun Oil Limited on Facebook.com. We are keeping the Independence highlights going with a special interview by Phil Simon speaking to Priscilla Rollins.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Just about 45 years ago, as the Union Jack was coming down, the national anthem was playing, and shortly thereafter there was a new song called Independence Morning. We all know it, and we're very pleased to be joined on Bahamas at Sunrise. You must have been a baby back then. The Priscilla Rollins, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
When we think about independence, and for those of us, who were really children back then, I mean, describe what it was in that moment as 1201 and
Gosh, you weren't even born then.
I was there. I was in my mama's arms.
Oh,
yes.
excuse me. It was it was just like a natural thing for you,
Mhm.
you know, just saying. But at the time, when it did happen,
Yeah.
with the Prince and everybody
Yeah.
there, it was really, really awesome.
Special occasion.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes,
And
yes.
45 years later, the Bahamas is still going strong.
That's right.
And how do you feel?
Poker, poker.
Poker, poker. But listen, we're very happy to have you. And
Thank
please just
you.
share with us that very special song, Independence Morning. It's like a baby born in. All right.
Independence morning is like a baby warning. Independence morning is like a baby warning. On July 10th, 1973, Bahamians everywhere were free, free to shape their destiny in the land of the rolling sea. Man and woman, boy and girl, there is none rich like our soil. Independence morning is like a baby warning. Independence morning is like a baby warning. This new nation is God's creation. That's what it is to me. We'll always lend a helping hand to the poor from any land. Let our hearts swell in our chest. We'll always be our best. Independence morning is like a baby warning. Independence morning is like a baby warning. Let our hearts swell in our chests. We'll always be our best. This new nation is our creation. That's what it is to me. Oh Lord, it just gets to me to feel the time has come in this nation. Independence morning is like a baby warning. Independence morning is like a baby warning. Freedom for all, not just you and me. Oppressors we must never be. Always loving one another. Always sister, loving brother. Love, love, and let it ring. Lift your head and sing. Independence morning is like a baby morning. Independence morning is like a baby morning.
Rollins. Excellent voice. I heard them starting to play Got a Ladder from Miami, and I was hoping for it. But listen, we've had a
how important collecting your money can be to the success of your business. Start your relationship with Fidelity today so that we can show you the many options available to you with our merchant services. From click and pay options online to merchant terminals and e-commerce options. We're here to help your business succeed. For more details, speak to one of our business development officers at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit our website at fidelitygroup.com or visit any of our branches.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
Cruise around the Caribbean with Shell. Win $20,000 in travel, fuel, and utility vouchers. Complete your receipt as an entry form. Include your name, email address, and phone number. You can then submit online or WhatsApp 242-422-0271 or send a direct message to Sun Oil Limited on Facebook.com.
Hi, I'm Ria Christina, and I'm super excited to be the new host of You and Your Money, local international banks that has actually been closing some of their branches. It actually gives me an opportunity to share my views, my take on the financial matters. Even when we think about what's happening globally, we still have a lot of work to do in terms of having to educate business owners as to the importance, the economic impact, and how it is that we can look at improving the Bahamian economy. $1 billion. That's how much we spend every year importing food in this country. It also gives me an opportunity to have conversations, and that's meaningful conversations with thought leaders within our community, even having to see how it is that we can work together or even the opportunities that may exist for many Bahamians. So I'm excited to be here and looking forward to the great conversations that's to come.
Well, it has been a nostalgic Monday here on Bahamas at Sunrise. It's been such fun to just walk down memory lane just as it relates to independence, but of course to have that great conversation with Bahamian icon Tonique Williams about her incredible journey, which was already 20 years ago as she prepares to go to the Paris Olympics to experience them as she never did as a spectator. Definitely, we want to make sure that we support Team Bahamas in every way that we can. Most of us, that doesn't include going to Paris, but that's okay. We can scream at the TVs all the way from here and be sure to watch each of our athletes, to send them love on social media and to express our Bahamian pride. Like I said, we are keeping independence going all month long and all year long. Have a great week, everyone.